Hey there, Ed. Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely pumped to have you here right now because today we are unpacking something literally game changing. We're looking at a deeply structured mental framework pulled from some of the most hard hitting, no nonsense motivational material out there. We call it the Arc of Resilience. And listen, this isn't just about giving you the warm fuzzies for 5 minutes, right? No, this is a concrete step by step roadmap for transforming raw hardship, struggle, and utter exhaustion into unbreakable mental toughness. So, if you've ever felt stuck, or maybe just totally overwhelmed by the giant obstacles sitting in front of you, the progression we're about to explore is going to shift your entire perspective. I want to start things off by throwing this stark, almost uncomfortable question right at you. What truly defines you? Seriously, think about it. In a world completely saturated with noise, social media posturing, and endless chatter about all our big, grand plans, how do we actually measure our worth? How do we measure our identity? It is so incredibly easy to get caught up in the story of who we intend to be. But intent, well, as you'll see, intent is really just a shadow. To find the real answer, we've got to look way past the surface.
Okay, let's dive into this reality check. On one side, we have the realm of intention, what you say you'll do. And on the flip side, the realm of reality, what you actually do. We constantly trick our own brains into feeling accomplished just by opening our mouths. We get this massive dopamine hit literally just by telling a friend, hey, I'm going to start that business, or I'm running a 5K next month. It feels amazing in the moment, but the raw, unfiltered truth, talk is cheap. Execution is literally the only metric that genuinely counts.
Which brings us to Section 1. Actions speak louder. The commitment. This is the part where we strip away all the illusions. The foundational rule from our sources is brutal, for sure, but it is absolutely necessary. It says you are defined by what you do, not what you say you'll do. Your actions will always speak louder than your words. Reading that forces a pretty harsh inventory of our daily habits, doesn't it? It's a direct challenge. Stop talking about the person you want to become and actually start acting like them today. Moving right along into Section 2, embrace the uncomfortable. The crucible. So once you actually commit to taking action, you enter the crucible. And it's wildly fascinating how we perceive success at this stage. We so often look at people who've achieved massive success or conquered these incredible, insurmountable odds, and we just write them off, right? We say, oh, they're just lucky. Honestly, it's a defense mechanism. It conveniently absolves us of the responsibility to put in that grueling effort ourselves. But relying on luck, that's the posture of the weak. The strong are out there working for it. So the crucial point is captured perfectly here. The text totally dismantles the whole myth of overnight success with this fiery truth. You're lucky is what the weak say to the strong that work their asses off to win. Good things exclusively, and I mean exclusively, come to those who work relentlessly for them. This framework demands that we stop sitting around waiting for a lucky break. Those people you think are just lucky, they simply endured all the unglamorous, brutal, hard work that everybody else avoided. So, how do you actually execute on that? Well, by following a highly counterintuitive blueprint. Let's map it out. Step 1. Do things you hate. I know. Your brain is probably screaming at you right now to just go sit on the couch and relax, but you actually have to do the hard things as if you love them. Step 2. Doing this consistently builds serious mental toughness, literally callousing your mind against everyday friction. And that leads directly to Step 3. Create an easy life. Making yourself intensely uncomfortable right now is basically the ultimate cheat code for an easier future. If you always take the easy path today, your life is eventually going to become incredibly hard. But if you choose the hard path now, life later on becomes remarkably easy. All right, shifting gears to Section 3, refuse to give up. The abyss. But let's be super real for a second. Leaning into discomfort eventually makes you hit a massive brick wall. You are tired. The source material doesn't try to sugarcoat this at all. It fully acknowledges the sheer physical and emotional exhaustion of the grind. Look, when you are grinding it out while everyone else is just waiting around for luck, your battery is naturally going to drain. It is entirely 100% valid to feel bone tired. And right on the heels of that physical exhaustion comes the heavy psychological friction. Your mind is literally screaming, quit. Remember, your brain's evolutionary job, its whole purpose is to keep you safe, cozy, and comfortable. So when you step into the abyss, it starts sounding the alarms. It feeds you all these perfectly logical sounding rationalizations. Hey, you've done enough. It's really not worth it. Just take a quick break. This is it. This is that pivotal moment of absolute internal frustration where you are truly, deeply tested. But here is exactly how you logically dismantle that overwhelming urge to quit. Number 1, you realize you haven't reached the goal yet. The job simply isn't done. Number 2, you've come way, way too far in the process to turn your back on it now. Number 3, you've invested too much time, too much energy, and way too much sweat. And number 4, you've sacrificed too much. This brilliant logic frames survival as a sunk cost necessity. Quitting is literally off the table because the cost of giving up is now vastly higher than the cost of just pushing through the pain. In the absolute pitch-black depths of that abyss, the framework offers us this incredibly profound reassurance. Life gives the hardest battles to the strongest soldiers. It won't break you, it'll make you stronger. Now, this completely flips the narrative of suffering on its head. That crushing pressure, it isn't evidence that the universe is out to destroy you. No way. It's evidence that you are being forged. You are being handed a battle that exactly matches your capacity to endure. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate mindset pivot. Don't whine. Get a reward for your pain. Think about it. If you're already in the abyss, if you're already totally exhausted, and if you've already invested so much of yourself, why on earth would you quit right before payday? Pain is a heavy, heavy investment, so demand a payout. Reframe the suffering. Look at it as the exact currency required to buy your future success. And that brings us to the final stage, Section 4, Your Breakthrough is Coming, Crossing Over. Let's move to and see how this builds, because that massive shift in mindset, that is exactly what pulls you out of the abyss. The sources reveal a pretty fundamental law of personal growth here. Life is always the hardest right on the precipice of a new stage. That massive spike in friction, that intense, burning desire to just throw in the towel, that is precisely the indicator that the boundary is about to break. It's literally the final boss before you level up. Which brings us to this incredibly triumphant realization: don't get discouraged. You have to keep going. Your breakthrough is coming. When the battle is at its absolute most grueling, that's just the universe testing the waters to see if you are truly ready for what's waiting on the other side. Victory is hiding just behind that exact moment you want to quit the most. The breakthrough is a mathematical certainty, assuming you've just refused to stop walking. So we've journeyed all the way from empty intent to concrete action, through the fiery crucible of discomfort, way down into the dark abyss, and finally to the breakthrough. I want to leave you with this lingering final thought. All the friction you are feeling right now in your life, it's just preparation for your arrival. The only variable left in this entire equation is you. So are you ready for your breakthrough? Thanks so much for exploring this framework with me today in this explainer. Now get out there and keep pushing forward.